We have our smiling faces on. Hi, everybody. I'm Deacon Dave.
Layperson Lisa.
Welcome to the Deacon Dave and Layperson Lisa show. Let's go ahead and plug the Silence in a Year that's coming up on January 1st, okay?
It's like Father Mike Schmitz. He's on every single chance. Don't forget Catechism in a Year, everyone.
No. We're not talking about Father Mike. We're talking about Deacon Dave and Silence in a Year, kind of going through and reflecting on the book by Cardinal Sarah, The Power of Silence.
Helpful hint to the audience.
Okay.
Buy the book.
Yes.
Because Deacon Dave will not be reading directly from the book.
Right. So if you want to really kind of see what I'm talking about.
If you want to dive in.
Yeah. And they're very short paragraphs and maybe a page or two at the most. So
yeah. So I guess we should explain that. You're going to do a paragraph a day.
Yes.
There's 365 paragraphs in the book.
Yes.
So hopefully it is not a leap year next year. I didn't look at the calendar.
We're going to make it work either way. Okay, even if we have to do a bonus episode at some point. But we are on to Psalm 85, Lisa, okay? For the leader, a psalm of the Korhites. You once favored, Lord, your land, restored the captives of Jacob. You forgave the guilt of your people, pardoned all their sins. You withdrew all your wrath, turned back from your burning anger. Restore us, God of our salvation. Let go of your displeasure with us. Will you be angry with us forever? Prolong your anger for all generations? Certainly you will again restore our life, that your people may rejoice in you. Show us, Lord, your mercy. Grant us your salvation. I will listen for what God the Lord has to say. Surely he will speak of peace to his people and to his faithful. May they not turn to foolishness. Near indeed is his salvation for those who fear him. Glory will dwell in our land. Love and truth will meet, justice and peace will kiss. Truth will spring from the earth, and justice will look down from heaven. Yes, the Lord will grant his bounty. Our land will yield its produce. Justice will march before him and make a way for his footsteps. So, Lisa, what is jumping out at you on this one? I know it jumped out at me.
Okay. Well, a few words. The first one was pardoned.
Okay. Mine is pardoned all their sins.
Okay.
But what are you thinking on that one?
Pardoned, just kind of as a synonym for forgiven.
Yep.
Or redeemed. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, maybe redeemed's not the right word, but like forgiven and pardoned. And how we can be pardoned when we go to reconciliation.
And that's really a very, very important sacrament, right, that the Lord has given us.
Yes.
To convey grace in our lives.
Yes.
But if we don't show up, we won't be pardoned.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So.
Oh, you know what's interesting is on the radio, it wasn't a Catholic person, but it was a Christian speaker, and they were talking about like confessing your sins to another person. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was very interesting, since they weren't Catholic, that they were saying what the benefit of confessing sins were. Even,
right.
So I was like, oh, well, that's what we do as Catholics. So.
I think it's also important to note, Lisa, that even like for spiritual direction, right? Mm-hmm. You can talk through some of the things that you have going on with someone you trust, even in and around reconciliation, right? Just to be able to honestly voice, like you said, where you've fallen short, the areas where you need God's help.
Yeah. That
in and of itself is really powerful in helping us in our spiritual lives.
Yeah.
So what's the other word, since you stole mine?
Withdrew.
Okay.
How Jesus withdrew to the desert for 40 days, and how we should kind of withdraw for a certain period of time each day to spend it with God.
Right. So some might say an hour a day, a weekend a month, like a Saturday a month, and 1 week a year, mm-hmm. where you actually get away. And one of the reflections that I wrote for The Power of Silence, I talked about, and spoiler alert here, I talked about when I went on my silent retreat for a week before I became a deacon.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of how different it was.
Yeah.
And how rejuvenating it was.
Yeah.
Even in the midst of me kind of going through a trial of maybe having cancer at that time.
Yeah.
I was able to rest more.
Okay. Right.
I read more of the Bible.
Uh-huh.
And I actually wrote more notes to people by hand.
Oh.
I remember one time I was writing a note while setting up on like a little cliff area. I'd done a 3-mile hike up a mountain, and I just sat there and wrote Palanca to people for that Crescia.
Yeah.
Which I don't normally do that because I'm too busy. At least that's what I say. So it is important for us to withdraw, right? That's one of the many ways that we can grow in relationship with God and be rejuvenated.
Yeah.
I'm Deacon Dave.
Bye, Lisa.
See you next time.